Streetwise, Intellect, Productions.
What's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Bubble Podcast, your new home for Bay Area talent, presented by Streetwise, Intellect Productions. I'm your host, MistaRye The Realist, and I am elated and super happy to be back in front of the camera with you guys. First of all, let me give a super shout out to my man S at Fame Media, because I call him at a drop of a dime, and my man is like, yeah, let's do it. And I just want you guys to understand that this network is not a joke, all right? This network is not a joke. That's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build this thing up to where everybody that's a part of this Bubble Podcast network can lean on each other or depend on each other and do something when something needs to be done. So shout out to my man S at Fame Media. I have no problem with him having his backdrop in this thing, man, because we are associated and the town is moving. All right, so with that being said, man, I'm so happy to be up in front of the camera. I got a nice artist out of the town. My man, he got at me. I don't even have any music from this guy. And I'm not even going to lie to you, man. I like his music from what I've been hearing. I like his music. I don't even have any music. But my man is moving so hard that I had to get him in here and talk to you guys on camera. So without me yapping all further and doing what I do, let me introduce our guest, guys. He goes by the name of Godface, and my man is coming out of Oakland, California. And I got a few questions to ask for him, man. Welcome to the platform, man. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, sir. Doing absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come out here and be on this platform and first of all, just getting at me on some real business stuff, man. And we're going to get into that. But thank you. You know, I like to tell people all of that all the time. Thank you. I am appreciative for what you're doing. So, all right, guys, let's get into it. Where'd the name Godface come from? You know what, guys? I am a heterosexual male. I have no problem giving a male, another male compliments on his looks, and I have no problem with that. So with that being said, I see, you know, where the concept comes from, but where did Godface come from? Break that down for me.
I appreciate that, sir. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Bubble Podcast, we on this thing. It's official, man.
Yeah.
I had to get at you, you know what I mean? Because the way you was moving, you know, it was an inspiration, man, to any artists out there, man. Go ahead and start networking, jump in those DMs. It's going to benefit you.
Absolutely.
I want to say that.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for doing this, you know.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Absolutely, bro.
Godface, yeah. That was a transformation for me. That was huge. Basically, I came with the name first because I thought it was just aggressive and I thought it was just, you know, a catcher that's going to make you say, well, you know, why?
Why? Exactly. You know yeah. Go ahead. I hear you.
Maybe even make you want to listen to the music even more. And, you know, just incorporating the title God or the nature God, you feel me? That was important for me because that had a lot to do with my transformation. So, but as I began to really wear the name, mm-hmm. I realized what the acronyms were for it, and it was greatness on display forever after conscious elevation.
It was something like that. I think you had sent me a DM saying that, and that's what's up, bro. So go ahead. Okay, so the acronym comes from that you are really just trying to expose the inner greatness in yourself,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with calling yourself a God because, you know, everybody does it. You know, it's not sacrilege. It's just
it's part of
how
the
I
hip-hop
feel.
Foundation, you know.
This is how I feel, man.
Everybody should have that. And I think in a lot of aspects, a lot of people do. But it's like when you come out and say it, it's like Muhammad Ali-ish. It's kind of like, you know, what gives you the why would you do that? Like, no, you're not, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, hey, you know, we all have to deal with each other's different points of perspective and be able to live and still be harmonious.
That's what's up, man. So I like the Godface thing. So then I noticed on Instagram, right, you have 4,400 behind Godface.
True.
And then I'm going to get into another part, guys, as far as like part of his name or something, you know, like everybody, like artists, we like to do the parentheses, like I do, the realist and stuff like that. So we're going to get into another part of his name. So I'm just trying to break down who this guy is that was up here talking to his guys. So 4400, is right. That like, because I'm from Oakland, so
sure
is
most definitely
is that 44th or is that
no.
Okay?
Yeah, definitely no.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody that rep that 44.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, everybody. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's
know,
nothing against it. You know, I'm just trying to. Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah,
but
where 4400 come from?
It really was just a inspiration that I got from. I consider a master teacher, Blue Pill. He's like a super scientist. He's a super genius in his own right, and he really broke down the law of 44 for me in an aspect to where I grasped it. I seen it for myself, and then it was just a lot of confirmation involved, you know, all the way up into Jay-Z's 444, and then it was a whole host and a litany of other things, and so I just recognized the power behind it. A lot of 44 resonators when you use I think it's gematria.
I know what you're talking about, the numbers
the
where
number
where
codes.
where you learn what the numbers are. So I hear you. I'm following you, brother. Go ahead.
So I
think it's gematria.
Yeah, gematria. I believe. So it just was to amplify the frequency of my name and make sure it was associated with something. Because you got to do that on Instagram. Like, you can't just have, you feel me?
Just a regular ass name.
I mean, it made it hard. It was like, somebody already using this.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, too. I saw, you know, I was looking you up today, right, before I did the interviews, right? I do this every interview. I look them up, and I do some history because I got to know what the hell I'm talking about up here, guys. So I did see a lot of Godfaces, and that's why I'm asking you to break down each part of it. I love that, the gematria part of the 4400, because me, like, again, guys, I'm from the town. Somebody say 4400, I'm thinking you from the 44th or something. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it solid, but okay, see, that's why I love this, guys. I love this platform. We bring it up here. My man up here, he's showing y'all the energy, and I love it. Okay, now it's another part of his name, and we're going to get into who he is as an individual. Now, you said spiritual gangster.
True.
On your profile.
This is
all
true.
Right. Yeah. See, a lot of people don't understand. I'm in there. I'm in your DMs, man. I'm not playing. I'm in your DM. I'm in your profile. I'm everywhere. So spiritual gangster, break that down for us, bud, please.
No, for sure. I think gangster has a negative connotation to it due to the fact of the lack of the team aspect of the organizational aspect of it, right? And then the purpose behind it. It's just kind of frivolous at this point, and anybody's able to call themselves a gangster. But in reality, it's really going up against the system is what makes you a gangster.
Absolutely. Right?
In an organized way for the benefit of others around you, not in a destructional way.
I like that.
So I felt like it was important to be just as hard about that as anybody is hard about whatever it is that they feel they want to be hard for. So I'm hard about divinity. I'm hard about my yacht and learning the true history of the Holy Trinity and things of that nature. So I felt like it was important to let people know from the jump I'm serious about that.
Right, absolutely. And I like that, man. And that's why I'm asking you to break that down, because the name means a lot, bro. True. I mean, people get the impression from your name first.
True.
And so I like that. So are you a spiritual artist, or are you more of a worldly artist, or are you a little bit of both? Or
in fact, I'm a everything. Yeah, I'm really not even no genre or no specific. Like, I guess you could say conscious rap. right? But then a lot of conscious rappers will say I wasn't because I incorporate things that I've experienced in other music that I enjoy, like Too Short and Mac Dre,
Right.
and things like that. So
Right.
we're gonna have fun,
Right.
while we learn,
And, I'm glad you brought up that Too Short and Mac Dre because that's leading into my next question here. I noticed in your latest release, and we're going to get into that in a minute, guys. You know I like to yap about who the artist is that's up here. So that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to cram that in right quick, and then we're going to get into the music. So I noticed with your latest release, it's got a soulful sound to it, right? But I noticed you said Mac Dre and all of that stuff. So are you trying to do something different in this project, or has that soulful artist always been in you?
Yeah, I used to sing in the choir when I was little, and I used to be a singer when I was like 3, 4, 5,
Okay.
at church and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and I was actually pretty good at it. And I always knew I had a spark of being an entertainer of some sort. I'm sorry, what did you ask me again?
I was saying that the soulful.
Oh yeah,
the
right.
soulful part of the
Right.
the art, the track that you got out now, right? That
Exactly.
you're pushing now.
Right.
Is that like what you usually do, or is that
Not at
something?
all.
Is that's a change, right?
Yeah, it's like getting back.
Because I heard a couple of your songs back in the days, and I'm gonna try to get into a few of his old tracks, but
sure.
we're getting into what he got out now, guys. So as far as the soulful part,
Right.
where did that really come from? You know what I mean? How did that?
Yeah.
Where did the inspiration for that come from?
Yeah, that was exactly that foundation of being
In the church?
incorporating that holy gospel choirish, but also the R&B and the early love, LL Cool J,
A little bit of hood.
Ja Rule,
Yeah.
that was what I wouldn't say we missing because it's there.
We missing it. It's not there. It's not there.
Yeah, so
But
I
yeah,
decided
go
to
ahead.
make sure we got it. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. So as far as like, I noticed your Instagram numbers, right? Let's get into your Instagram profile.
Sure
I noticed your Instagram numbers. I don't mean to be going a little bit fast here, guys. But we started a little late, but I'm still trying to keep it professional, and my man is doing a great job. So you guys, man, just bear with us. So I know your Instagram numbers are a little bit low.
Right.
Now, is that because you don't use the platform, or you're just not engaging with the platform? Or, I mean, could you break that down for me? Because a lot of people misjudge Instagram.
True.
Instagram go hard. That's how I met you. That's how we met each other, right?
Yes,
That's how
indeed.
we're here right now.
Exactly.
So that's why I ask these questions, guys. It's like, why it's not a punch or a jab, and I'm just asking you.
Yeah.
Do you use other platforms, or
Right.
is Instagram just like?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? What is
Right.
it? What's going on?
I mean, I love Instagram. I love my followers that I have now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool. Like I love them. Like, for real, it's about 300 or something. And I really try to engage with them as much as possible.
Absolutely.
I also try to do ads to bring in others, but I don't get outrageous with it. I keep it in perspective because my goals is different. I got a message, and it's not gonna always hit home with certain people, but I try to do my best to put it in as many people that deserve to hear it. So
Yeah.
hopefully, those numbers will increase.
Well, I mean, I like Instagram. You know what I mean? And if people follow the Bubble podcast, like I hope you do, y'all understand that I'm pumping all artists on Instagram, right? Because Instagram is underrated right now. So that's why I asked that question.
For sure.
Because I again, guys, I don't be trying to have people up in here with 35,000 followers and all of these pumped up numbers. I want to have real people coming in here talking to y'all, and that's why this platform is here, because I want y'all to see, again, real people out here doing it, like you. They trying to, if you're trying to do it, this is how you do this. So I also see now that you are actively pushing. Let's get into your music. I see that you are actively pushing this new single, Mutual.
True. True indeed.
Okay. Why are you going so hard right now with this one? I noticed that you also have a few more songs in the past.
I did.
Right? And I did a little bit of numbers check on that too, y'all. And we're going to get into that in later interviews. But you know what I mean? I did a numbers check on that, and I see that you going harder right now, and this just dropped a couple days ago. Yeah. So what are you doing different now that you did back when you first started?
Right. Yeah. Well, it's trial and error, really.
Yeah.
Each track, I think I got 5 so far since I got serious, Yeah. And just really learning, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and really applying myself, staying disciplined to what I have written down. You try to pre-plan things, and then you try to scratch off as many things and get as many things as accomplished as you wrote down. Mm-hmm. Sometimes some things don't work out. You got to make some adjustments.
Yep. And
I think for this project, I was able to scratch off more things than I did on the last one.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
So what is the motivation to get further in life every time you make another project, bro? Because it's difficult to do this in life, man. Yeah. It's very difficult to make music or pursue your passion or do anything with life, especially today in time, right? So, what is it that makes you get up and be like, man, I gotta get this shit done? Yeah. Period. Nothing. I'm not accepting nothing less. What is that motivational thing that gets you up every day to do it, bro?
I would say the number one thing would just be my fear of failure. I would think that's the only thing that I would say is fear is a good for, is to be fearful of not achieving your goals, fearful of not doing the thing that you want to do, and having to deal with that regret. So I just don't want to have that in my mind, like, these songs, I'm sitting on them, or it's too late. Yeah. I mean, it's never too late to be great, but, you just might not have the energy and the resources and the time and the things available if you don't jump on your dream while you
are active.
While you have the juice.
Yeah, see, and I'm glad you said that, man. It's like, it's too late. It's too late. Bro, it ain't never too late to get out there and do something, bro. If the passion is still burning in you from 80 years old, 80, 90, I don't give a damn, bro. You good, man. Get your ass up and make it happen, bro. So that's why I appreciate what my man is out here doing. So let's get into some of your influences real quick before our time get up here.
No problem.
So influences from back in the days to get you going, and influences that you listen to right now, because it's a big ass change.
True.
Music has changed a whole lot.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So what were your influences back then to your influences right now?
Man, back then, I jumped in the game. It was Tupac. That was the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I got a glimpse of hip hop, it was Pac. Mm-hmm. And I think it was because around the time he had passed away as well, right? Okay. So he got amplified after that too. He was immortalized.
Yeah.
And I was immersed.
Because he was everywhere.
Yeah, I was immersed.
Because he was everywhere, right?
Machiavelli, the whole nine, like rapping bar for bar, flipping the tape back and forth in the tape deck on the A and B on the All Eyes on Me.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna say Pac and Cash Money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's undeniable.
Undeniable.
That was
shout out to my man Manny Fresh, man. I be seeing you in my stories, brother, and I love you. Thank you. You need to start following me. But yeah, go ahead, man.
Shout out to Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh, man. Manny Fresh, man. OG original, exactly. You feel me? So I just had to put that out there, man.
Yeah, I feel where you coming from. I had Kafani. he jumped in my thing on my stories like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, he see me.
Yeah, I'm getting eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting eyes somewhere. So so with that being said, right, what makes you go? What made you contact my platform to help further your project, man? Because I am really ecstatic. I acknowledge that. Thank you so much, bro. When my hard work is acknowledged, I appreciate it, man, because I'm out here acknowledging all y'all hard work. You know what I mean?
Indeed, yeah, that's why.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and my bad. I'm kind of answering the question, guys. My bad. But yeah, so what made you contact me to kind of help promote your new project, bro?
You highly professional. You do great content. You really put the artist first. Yeah. You make it simple and plain, and easy to relate. You felt personal, like you really love the culture.
Yeah.
So it's easy when you can feel the same. When you in it, you both in it for the same reasons or similar reasons, and so that it was a no-brainer.
That's what's up, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. So let everyone know your ties to the Bay Area, because y'all know this is a Bay Area podcast, and you ain't gonna be sitting up in here if you ain't from the Bay Area. I play a lot of people that's probably like from the East Coast, and they send me music, but you ain't gonna sit in here if you're not from the Bay Area. So why don't you go ahead and break down your ties and how you got ties to the Bay Area?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna start off with Pops and Mom Dukes. You feel me? They from Richmond, California, and they had me, in their early 20s, and I was raised in Oakland. From a baby up until about 12, 13. I moved to San Leandro. Shout out to San Leandro High. All my my poetry partners and all my rap battlers out there.
Yeah, I got fat. That's why I started laughing. I'm like, San Leandro High slept on.
No, for sure. We had a blast in San Leandro, man. It was like right next to East Oakland. So
yes, they slept on. I
was the guy, for being able to just immerse 2 different worlds during that time.
Yeah.
Because it was like San Leandro was, it's culturally different. But it has definitely a twinkle and some spots in there where it's like, yeah, we culturally advanced and we have adopted. And the more you infuse, the essays, my Migo partners, and you got my Filipino friends. Shout out to all my guys. It's just a gumbo pot. So it's just I learned so many different experiences by being able to live in those 2 or 3 different cities, throughout my life.
That's what's up, and that's why you still claiming the Bay. Is that why you call it home? Have you ever experienced anything outside the Bay Area?
Never. Okay. Never. We didn't touch all 4 corners. We didn't hit Vallejo. we stuck in the Bay is our turf,
Yeah.
That's where we at.
I feel it. All right. This new track, guys. I listened to this track, Mutual. I love it. You know what I mean? I'm still waiting on him to send it to me, and you know what I mean? We started corresponding like last week. You feel what I'm saying? And my man is in here now a week later in front of camera. That's how his hustle is. So I want y'all to I want you to break down the inspiration behind Mutual, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Please.
Sure. Mutual. It's about love and compassion again. It's about your partner and, bouncing ideas off each other. It's about having a plan for that partner. It's about having an appreciation for that partner. It's about expressing it, with unapologetic enthusiasm so that they can feel what it is that you say that you feel about that person. And, it's definitely has a hint of, R&B in there to make sure that the point is driven home of how serious it is that we need to reunify the family aspect with the mother and the father, That's important.
Very
going
important.
Forward,
Hell
going
yeah.
forward.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like that, man. So that's the whole concept behind Mutual.
Yeah.
Y'all need to go check it out, man. Mutual dropped February 17th.
That's true.
And he on all platforms.
That's a fact.
Man, he rocking, man. You know what I mean? We ain't going nowhere yet. I just wanted to, that was the whole point of him coming out here, to really bust out Mutual. But we have like damn near an hour worth of talk. So we ain't going to talk about just one song. So we got to talk about the artists. Now, the work I see you putting into promoting this thing, bro. You going ham. I see you on like all kind of different podcasts. I see him on, I'm on IG, y'all. I'm on IG. I'm on YouTube. I'm on everything. I'm on everything. And I'm looking, and I see my man, and I'm like, damn, bruh, it's moving. Bruh, it's moving. And I like the work that you putting into it. Do you have a team that's behind you, or are you moving strictly independent?
This is me to the neck. It's me to the neck and my girl, and you know, a couple of my friends and associates that deal with the music. But for the most part, the creative, the picking the songs, the, you know, deciding what the merch gonna be. You know what I'm saying? We got the merch right here.
Yeah, gonna speak on that merch too.
You know what I'm saying? We got the merch right here. You could go get one of these tees for yourself. It's called Old School Love. It's tied in with the Mutual. It got Pac on there, you know, the Love Jones joint, and then they got your girl, you know, Miss Sanaya Lathan.
That's dope.
Yes, and that's supposed to be me right there with Sanaya Lathan, but it's all good. Hey, you feel me? But look,
that's dope.
It's a dope. I think it's just a good idea to just make sure that we support each other with that too.
Yeah. So as far as the work that went into producing the music now.
Yeah.
I know moving independently, guys, it's taxing. You know what I mean? I can't say it enough, man. I mean, shit. But are you doing everything on your own in that as well too, brother?
Please believe it. Please believe it. We definitely going to be looking to expand, though, and kind of delegate some of these things, because it
gets overwhelming.
Yeah, and it's easier than ever before, you know, to kind of just get these apps going, and then just kind of like find the right people that you trust to kind of just get on a schedule, because at this point, you know, what we trying to do is going to need more hands-on, and I'm going to have to be a little less, you know, I got to focus on the music part. I got to still be an artist, so I got to figure out how to do that.
Right. So that's what you working on, you and your girl, right now?
Yeah.
Man, that's dope, bro. So, all right, as I mentioned earlier, my man has not submitted any music, but we about to change that, right?
True indeed.
All right. So, what is the, like, biggest platform that you really think that everybody should be going to? Because a lot of artists, they try to spread themselves thin and try to, I'm going to go here, 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 I'm going to go here. What, as an independent artist, you doing it on your own, you and your girl, what do you find helps you a little bit better? What platform?
To be honest with you, I'm trying my best not to even engage in the analytics even as much anymore, really.
Why not?
Because it's like a dopamine, like you see these likes, you see these views, you say, oh, this one's working over here or whatever, right? And in reality, it's like, just do you, and they gonna come.
But you know what? And I hate to cut you off, but then I'm glad you're making that point. This is what it's for, guys. This is what it's about. That is a great damn point, because I used to be the same way. Like, damn, bro, I'm about to be looking at that every day. I got to get up every morning, and the first thing on my brain is what these numbers is doing. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel you on that. Yeah, exactly.
Care as much, but I definitely love.
It's a necessary evil, brother.
Yeah, some structure and some paying attention, because TikTok is huge right now. Yeah, I haven't cracked the code. And I kind of don't know if I really should, or if I want to, or do I just pick 2 or 3, just keep it simple.
But how do you pick them though? That's my thing.
I say do what you feel is more comfortable. Like, I'm really getting more comfortable with YouTube now.
Yeah,
Like
I've been comfortable with YouTube since '07.
Yeah. I see you busting moves on that joint. So
right on.
I'm like this. Like I gotta get acclimated into that because I like long range content forms anyway.
That's gonna be there for life.
Right?
Be
I like
forever.
That. Yeah. I like that. I like that. I like people that can sit down for 30 minutes.
Right.
And listen.
I like that, man. I like that. That's a real point right there too, man.
Right.
So as far as like we're gonna start winding down here, guys, but as far as like the content you create, are you trying to be hands-on doing that? Because I see you got a bobblehead here. So explain the bobblehead to people, man. You know what I mean? Because my man got merch here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's the big homie right there.
So I want you to explain, are you hands-on with everything? Or, I mean, because it's like, yeah, it's just you and your girl, but sometimes we need help, bro. Sometimes we need a little bit of...
No, for sure. I got, like I said, my team that I've been getting my production from, which is Oaktown Soul. Pimp Style, the producer. I got some great photography from T1 Visuals. Like, I'm just tapping in with people in the Bay Area that are active. Because if I get active with the actives, then now we can see some traction. Because we're not
together.
We're not just doing this for fun. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
It's great to. I mean, we do it because we love it.
It's enjoyable.
At some point, you know, you get to that area in your life where you say, well, how can we monetize?
Yes.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, but you want to get to the point where you figure out, all right, how can we monetize?
Yes.
You know? And
is that where you at right now, or are you?
That's basically where we at, yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do everything from the ground, and once we figure out how we gonna monetize this brand, you know, we got a little bit of merch here. We wanna expand that. We wanna do more shows. We wanna figure out how do we, you know, get on the paid radios and things of that nature, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's that trial and error you talked about earlier.
Trial and error,
yeah,
you know, throwing it out there and seeing what
you got to do it.
You gotta do it. Like at this point, it's an itch that I gotta scratch. Just
there you go, bro.
Just to smell it.
That's called passion, guys.
Yeah.
It's called passion, and that passion ain't never gonna go nowhere.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
If you really got it for it. If you really got it.
I mean, it's no denying it, because you can go 20 years and you still gonna have it on the back of your head. What if?
You gonna still try to do it.
Like, I could still kind of, you know, I don't like this. I've been doing it, you know, yeah.
Nephew did got me.
All right, man. So you was talking about branding, man. Break down your brand. Talk about your brand. Talk about your business. Talk about what you got going on. You got your shouts out. This is your shout and plugs time right here.
No, for sure. Yeah, Godface. You know, we here to infuse enlightenment in hip hop. You know, a safe haven for outside the box thinkers. You know, that still love hip hop. You know, push hip hop further. You know, build on what the Giants did, and Godface is just, you know, it's needed right now because people need to hear the talking points of a Marcus Garvey, of a Huey P. Newton, and even, you know, a guy like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? And inside of the culture again. You know, no disrespect, but I just don't hear enough of it. So it's only right, you know. I always wanted to fight for something. I didn't really have a turf or a gang or some criminal aspect to really get behind. So I fell in love with knowledge, and I realized how important that was. I was like, I could bang for this through the music. And so ever since then, it was like, well, that's what you got. That's what you're here for. I'm like, I'm not a teacher. I'm a great communicator. So, but if you can learn, then I did my job. And if you could dance or you could bop to it, I did my job.
I like that, man. You say you're a great communicator, bro. That is big right there. I mean, you see, guys, I have real people on here that come on here and talk to you guys, all right? My man is dope. Like I said, he ain't sent me no music, but as far as me, like going into DMs and checking stuff out and doing this and really listening to music, man, this is what I do because I'm an artist first. So I bring on people that's going to talk to you and let y'all know that it's possible. It's possible, man. You know what I mean? Just keep putting one toe in front of the other, man. You're going to eventually end up to the next wall, at least. You know what I mean? Then break through that thing. But man, I love having artists like my dude in here, man. I love talking to my dude Godface, bro. Is there any kind of message that you want to send anybody right now? I did want you to talk a little bit more. Like I said, guys, we started a little late, and I wanted him to talk a little bit more about Oaktown Soul.
True.
I wanted you to talk about that because I be in their DMs too. I be liking theirs, and they know about the Bubble podcast too. And I love y'all. I love y'all support. Thank you so much. Man, I wanted you to talk. You know what? Go ahead and talk a little bit, just a couple minutes about Oaktown Soul, bro.
Yeah.
Just like 2 minutes.
To be totally honest, out of the last 5 joints, the first 5 joints of my career, official career, I would say they did 90% of the production on that. And they are highly influential as far as making sure the sound is, comparable to the others out there and giving me that authentic, professional, quality sound that I was looking for. Something that is not common, that is it's an artistic expression that is needed in a different format for different listeners, so hip hop can be expanded.
That's what's up. So as far as like Oaktown Soul, man, I love that y'all backing this man up. I love that y'all backing me up. I love that the supporters are out there. This has been the Bubble Podcast, your new home for Bay Area talent, presented by Streetwise Intellect Productions. I have been your host, MistaRye The Realist, and this has been my very extravagant guest, Godface. 4400 on Instagram if y'all want to go check him out. Godface 4400, man, coming out of Oakland, guys, and man, he has a lot to say. Go check him out, and I love y'all for checking this out. Until the next time, I'm so juiced to be on camera again, guys. We're about to make it happen, and I love you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.